Hey everyone, AlmightyConManTheThird here with another video for you. This time it's going to be something a little bit different. Recently I bought a fancy piece of equipment or rather I upgraded to a fancy piece of equipment. And I'd like to take the time to show you a little bit about it and, maybe make a bit of an announcement here on what I've been doing with it. And if you like this kind of content and these kind of videos, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Let's get into this. So recently, I bought myself a Headrush core. Won't be doing an unboxing, as you can tell. I already unboxed it and I couldn't wait to play with it, so just want to give you a little bit of an overview of this thing and kind of tell you that I am working on some of my own effects packs. Now, a few months ago, I actually went ahead and bought a Headrush Flex Prime, and, it was great while I had it, but basically it wasn't really giving me what I needed out of my effects pedal, so I upgraded to a Headrush Core. Now, a couple of the reasons why I upgraded would be, one, this one has more effects, from what I can tell. Take that with a grain of salt. I looked it up and it lists that the Flex Prime has 109 effects. And the funny thing is, I couldn't find an exact number for the core, so that's kind of weird. Weird. But basically that's what the number is listed on Sweetwater, and when you go to the Headrush official website, all I could find has a large library of effects, and it's something like that. It's just like, okay, I'm not going to count them all myself, so...
Throw me a frickin' bone here.
But one of the things that really sold me on this core unit was not only does it handle guitar effects, it handles vocal effects too. Not so much the Antares Auto-Tune that's built in, but you can add a delay, an echo, reverb, even a little bit of distortion on your vocals, and I really like that. So, I remember one time we were playing a show, and the sound guy added an echo onto my voice during my chorus. I really liked that, so I was like, maybe I can emulate that with a core unit. Now in this video I won't be showing you really any of the vocal effects stuff. This is going to be mostly focused on guitar, so maybe in a future video, if you guys like this one enough, I will go ahead and, do a vocal demonstration of all the stuff that it can do with that. Yeah. Now, another one of the main selling points to upgrade for me was because of the Flex Prime's smaller form factor, the buttons were actually kind of close together and the screen was much smaller. So, with these big old sausage hands of mine and my big feet, it got really annoying when I would play a show and then I'd accidentally switch banks. And yeah, that just got in the way. So I was like, okay, let me go to my local guitar center, check out a core and see what I can do. So I went in there, tried it out a little bit. It's basically the same unit in terms of guitar. Like I said, this one seems to have more effects options and whatnot, but ultimately it does the exact same thing in terms of guitar.
Same, but different.
One of the only main differences is that in the core, there's actually a looper pedal built in. So, that's kind of nice for people who need a looper, but I didn't really need any of that. I just needed the guitar capabilities that it already has and the vocal capabilities that I didn't get with my Flex Prime. So in any case, I traded my Flex Prime in and I got myself a Headrush core. Headrush, if anyone from Headrush here is watching this, please sponsor me. I like your stuff. I actually have one of your speakers too. Now, don't get me wrong, the Flex Prime is a great unit for someone who just wants to focus on guitar. It has a lot of capabilities as well. Not to mention, it has an expression pedal built in. The core does not, but I don't really use that, to be honest. So if I really want to, use an expression pedal, the core does have the option to connect an external expression pedal. So don't fret on that one.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now, to the main part of the video, I am going to be introducing a pack of my own patches or rigs. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to call them rigs because the Headrush units exclusively use a file type called .rig. So, moving forward, I will be using rig as the term for this. Now, I've gone ahead and built 5 different rigs for you in this first pack. These are different rigs that I enjoyed and really liked the sound of. So one of them was actually inspired by an artist that I really love and enjoy. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the 5 different rigs. I'll give you a little demo of each and you can tell me yourself whether you want to buy them or not. Now, the first rig I'd like to show you is the Conman AIO or all-in-one. It is the main patch that I use when performing. Basically, the reason I call it the all-in-one is because it has a clean, a rhythm, and a lead tone for just one stop. You just put that rig on and you can do all your cleans, all your rhythm sections, and it gives the lead a nice boost for when you want to rip some solos. So let's take a look at that one real quick. Now, the second rig I'd like to introduce is a rig called Ichirock, which in Japanese that would just mean one rock, which was inspired by what some would call a pink punk band that I have auditioned for recently. It has sort of a classic rock and punk vibe to it. So, yeah, let's take a listen. Now, the next one I have for you is called Dark Clean. It is a clean channel that's a bit bass heavy with a darker tone to kind of, set a dark mood, obviously. This one's got a little bit of vibrato in it to add an extra little flair on it. So why don't we take a look and see what Dark Clean sounds like. So this next patch I like to call Mega Conman, and it's a nice little rhythm / lead rig, you know, inspired by none other than Megadeth. And it kind of resembles to me a bit of early Megadeth, like more so Rest in Peace to Euthanasia inspired tone with my own little like personal touch on top. So why don't we go ahead and check that out? So this last one I have for you is a bit of my own just personal creation. I call it Super Drive Organ. It's a bit of a synth patch. Probably good more so for leads, but I think rhythms could potentially work on it in certain cases. It's a bit of a distorted synth organ for a heavy and dark like atmosphere. So let's take a look. So there you have it, 5 different rigs that you can own and that you can use for your own music, and I'd love to see you do something with it. So if you do, post a video, tag me in it. I'd love to see. Now, this pack will be available on May 1st for $5 as the introductory sale price. After the month of May, that price will go up to $7. Now, I have a couple other packs that I'll be working on and using for various songs that I will be posting to this YouTube channel, so keep a lookout for those. Alright guys, that'll be all for this video. If you liked what you heard and liked what you saw, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to punch that like button and then subscribe with a vengeance. So, looking forward to seeing you guys in the future. Conman out. Keep it rocking, guys.